Good day, everyone. My name is Engine Cadet Denmark G. Orong.
And I'm Engine Cadet Dalagan. So our topic is Misfortunes in Madrid, 1890 to 1891.
Early in August 1890, Rizal arrived in Madrid.
Upon arrival in Madrid, Rizal immediately sought help of the Filipino colony, Asociación Hispano-Filipina, liberal Spanish newspapers, La Justicia, El Globo, La República, El Resumen, and etc. in securing justice for the oppressed Calamba tenants, including his family. Together with Marcelo H. Del Pilar, who acted as his lawyer, and Dr. Dominador Gomez, secretary of the Asociación Hispano-Filipina, he called on Minister of Colonies Senor Fabi in order to protest the injustices committed by Governor General Valeriano Weyler and the Dominicans against the Calamba folks.
But nothing came out of the interview with Minister Fabi. From his brother-in-law, Silvestre Ubaldo, Rizal received a copy of the indictment order by the Dominicans against Francisco Rizal and other Calamba tenants. Rizal learned of the deportation of Pasiano Rizal, Antonio Lopez, Silvestre Ubaldo, Mateo Chong, Alejandro, and Dandoy, Dr. Rizal relative, to Mindoro. They were arrested and shipped out of Manila on September 6, 1890. In addition, their parents had been forcibly ejected from their home and were then living in the house of Narcisa, Antonio's wife. Rizal's desperation sought the aid of the liberal Spanish statesmen who were former members of the ministry, including Becerra and Maura. Sadly, this statement merely gave him honeyed words of sympathy and nothing else. Blumentritt in Limerick urged Rizal to see Queen Regent Maria Cristina, but how? He had neither friends to bring him to the Queen's presence nor gold to grace the palms of influential courtiers.
Doleful news, August 19, 1890, after a lingering illness, Jose Maria Panganiban died in Barcelona. He was a friend and a talented co-worker of Rizal in propaganda movement. Rizal wrote a great eulogy to him, describing on how great he was and how unfortunate our nation was that he died. Also, in August 19, 1890, Feliciano Gomez Timbang, a friend and a countryman, died same date as Jose Maria Panganiban. End of August, Rizal attended a social reunion of the Filipinos. Wine was served, and Luna became drunk. After his frustrated romance with Nellie Boston, he blamed Rizal for his failure to win her. Later, he uttered certain unsavory remarks about Nellie. Rizal heard Luna and challenged him to a duel. Rizal was a better pistol shot than Luna, but the latter was his superior as a swordsman. Luna had choice of weapons. Other Filipinos tried to pacify them, pointing out to both that such a duel would damage their cause in Spain. Fortunately, Luna became sober, realized he made a fool of himself, and apologized for his bad remarks about the girl. Rizal accepted his apology, and they became good friends again.
Wenceslao I. Retana, better enemy of Rizal in being press agent of the friars in Spain. He attacked Filipinos, including Rizal. In various newspapers in Madrid, he imprudently wrote an article in La Época an anti-Filipino newspaper in Madrid, asserting that the family and friends of Rizal had not paid the rent so that they were ejected from their lands in Calamba by the Dominicans. Rizal's challenged Ritana to a duel because of the article the letter wrote. Only Ritana's blood or his apology could vindicate the good name of Rizal's family and friends. Ritana apologists believe that distraction is the better part of valor, and more to save his own skin. Ritana at once published a retraction and an apology in the newspaper. The incident silenced Ritana's pen and he developed a great admiration for Rizal. One night, Rizal and his friends attended a play at Teatro Apollo, and there he lost his gold watch chain with a locket containing the pictures of Leonor Rivera, his beloved sweetheart. The loss of the locket proved to be a bad omen. In December 1890, with the cold winds of winter sweeping across the shivering city, Rizal received a letter from Leonor, announcing her coming marriage with an Englishman, Henry Charles Keeping, the choice of her mother, and asking his forgiveness. This letter was a great blow to him. He was stunned, his eyes dimmed with tears, and his heart broke. In February 15, 1891, several agonizing weeks passed before he could confide to his best friend, Bloomingtreet. Bloomingtreet sent him a comforting letter. 3 months later, Bloomingtreet sent another comforting letter. The letter from Bloomingtreet. I am grieved with all my heart that you have lost the girl to whom you were engaged. But if she was able to renounce a result, she did not possess the nobility of your spirit. She is like a child who cast away a diamond to seize a pebble. In other words, she is not the woman for Rizal. Blumentritt. Closing days of 1890. There arose an unfortunate rivalry between Rizal and Del Pilar for supremacy. Rizal idealism tried to imbue his compatriots with his own idealism. He believed that to gain prestige for the propaganda movement and to win the respect of the Spanish people they must possess high standards of morality, dignity, and spirit of sacrifice. Unfortunately, his idealism was not shared. Some of his supporters turned on the leadership of Del Pilar. Marcelo H. Del Pilar, fearless lawyer journalist, gained prestige in Madrid for his vigorous editorials in La Solidaridad, which he became to own. He had purchased his fortnightly periodical from Pablo Rianzares, its proprietor, and had replaced Graciano Lopez Haina as its editor. The editorial policy of La Solidaridad under his management enhanced the cleavage between Rizal and him. The periodical's editorial policy was opposite to Rizal's political views.
In January 1, 1891, 90 Filipinos in Madrid met to patch up their differences and to intensify the campaign for reform. They decided that a leader called Responsable be chosen to direct the affairs of the Filipino community and to determine the editorial policy of La Solidaridad. After that, Del Pilar opposed the proposition. However, he was willing to publish articles that would express the aspirations and demands of the Filipino people. Owing to Del Pilar opposition, the meeting proceeded to the business of electing the responsable. It was agreed that the responsable should be elected by a two-thirds vote of the Filipinos. So, Filipinos were divided into two hostile camps, the Rizalistas and Pilaristas. First and second day of voting, Rizal won but he did not obtain the required two-thirds vote to be a responsable. Third day of voting, Rizal won and became the responsable because of Mariano Ponce that appealed to his countrymen to vote for Rizal. But Rizal graciously declined the coveted position. He preferred to abdicate his leadership rather than be the cause of disunity and bitterness among his countrymen.
Jose Rizal farewell from Madrid. Rizal wrote a brief note thanking his compatriots for electing him as responsible. Sadly, he packed up his bags, paid his bills, and boarded a train leaving for Biarritz. As he gazed through the window of his train at the city of Madrid, where he was happy during his first sojourn, 1882 to 1885, but unhappy on his second visit, 1890 to 1891. It was the last time he saw Madrid.